In this class, we'll start to talk about phone. This example for phone. In this example, users need to contact MU. So we need the user name, user email address or phone number. And users also can submit, use this button or reset all those information. So what is a phone? Phone focuses on interactivities. For example, when you buy something on eBay or you take a survey, you need to provide information. That's why we need a phone. And for a web phone, we have two parts, the front end or the back end. In this class, we only learn the front end. What means front end? Look at this picture. And this is a web page. We call this as front end. This is a server on the remote side. We call as a server or back end. This side users provide information and press submit. On the other side, the server receives the data and processes the data. So this back end. This class will only focus on this part. In other class, you may learn how to programming for those and for the end side, back side. For phone, we have a new tag. It's called a phone. We have a start tag, have close it, and between we have some items. And also we have an action. The action means what program we will use to process the data on the server side. And also we have a method. We can set as get or post. This is a different way we use to display the data. You can use different. By default, we'll use which one? Maybe post. So we have different type of input elements. Let's see the example. You will get the example from D2L. In this example, we have a lot of elements and all of them inside one phone. Here we have a single line. Why we call this as a single line? Because you can say for the name, we don't have too much information. For email address, we don't have too much information. We have two single lines. Let's look at the code. Remember, we have a phone that we need to close it. And everything between the start tag and the end tag called items or elements. And we need like the action, actually we don't need some program to process the data. And then we can send an ID to the phone, it's okay. For single line, you can see we have for a paragraph. We need a paragraph. Why? Because here we need some label for the single line. And then we have input, it's a new tag closed by itself. And we have the type are important. You can see here we have a text, it's a single line text. We have a name. Why do we need a name? Because we need to send the data to the server. So the server needs to know the data for which variable. That's why we need a name. Here we have value. So in this example, we have some preset value here. That's why we get a value. We also can set the names. The same thing for email. We have the same type, but we have different name. We also can have a checkbox. Like in this example, we can check it or uncheck it. And we only have use the same tag, but we use the different type, checkbox, name, value. Value means when we send the value to other side, the server, because here we users just check and uncheck it. We don't have a value to fill in. So you can choose a value to be sent to the server side. This is optional. Also, we can choose the checked. Checked means when we open the web page, the checkbox already be checked. will be checked. And also we can have a submit button. Submit button is the same thing. We use input, but use different type. Submit. We need a name. Also, this value will be the characters displayed over the button. Just here, we have a button here, but we need some label to display over the button. So you can say if we change the name, submit, save it, and reload it, you can see we have different. Also, we can have radio button. Radio button, let's look at this example. Here, means users can choose different, but only can choose one. We have 3 items, user can choose one. That is called a radio button. Look at the code. So we use the same thing, same tag is called input, but we have a different type, it's radio. Remember we have a text, that's a single line. We have a checkbox, that's checkbox. We have a submit, that's for submit button. We have a radio, radio is for radio button. We have a name. Look at the 3 name. We have the same name. Why? Because users only can choose one value, one item. So we only need the one name for all the 3 items. And this is the value display here. Good, very good, or super good here. And also we can decide that when we open the web page, which item will be checked. So that's about the radio